Do you have an accounts receivable team? Are they working well? Today, Dee Bowden, an expert receivable specialist, shares with us what we should do if our receivables team is not effective. This is Business in 90 Seconds.
A quick nugget of wisdom.
So there was an IT company that I worked for, another IT company that I worked for that actually had a team. The CFO said, I have a team of collectors, but they're not very effective. We've got over $30 million in the receivables that's outstanding. And so one of the things you can look at is that instead of just, saying, okay, why aren't you collecting the money? Sometimes you have to have somebody from the outside that can come in and see this. And what I found out was that when I met with each of the collectors, some of them had different sectors to collect in. So for example, one of the people that I was working with, he did not understand how to collect from the federal government. No one ever asked him, do you understand how to interface with the government? He said no. Sometimes it's as simple as having a conversation or finding someone that would come in from the outside and say, okay, what are you not understanding? What systems do you have in place? How are you tracking everything? Have you ever invested in your people and sent them to training to understand the newest things in collections or problem solving or analysis? Or how about public speaking, communication, that part? Have you ever invested in them so they actually get better at doing this? What's the relationship between accounts receivable and sales? If you have a salesperson at the end of the tracking system I talked about, that accounts receivable person needs to have a relationship with the salesperson and vice versa. Because the salesperson obviously is selling on behalf of the company, but after the sale is done, they're off to get the next thing. They've got their commission. But at the end of it, the collections person has to collect the money.
Now, communication is the key. Talk to your team, invest in them, and make sure everyone has the knowledge needed.
A quick nugget of wisdom.